Alright, so redemption time. As fun as it was fishing from the pier for the first time in a real long time, I am going to go out on one of my favorite lakes for some big bluegill and possibly walleye. It just depends on the water temp. It's really screwy this time of year. Everything's kind of in transition. But if it's a little bit past it, we'll be doing good. The big reason for getting out and getting another one of these videos made today, since if you guys seen the video yesterday, is that it's going to be raining for like the next week, and cold rain at that, which is fine because it'll cool down the lakes and all the rivers and everything will kick up its fall feed bag on. But the big thing that I worry about is the fact that I won't be able to get out. I mean, I could go fish in the cold rain, but as much as I love to fish, I don't really like to fish in the cold rain. So hopefully I get into some fish today. Obviously, if I did, you'll be seeing this. So till then, see you on the water. I'm keeping it simple today. Just a whole red worm on my JB Lures hothead. I've been meaning to get through all the other jigs, but I guess I won't get to them till this winter. But I did stumble on some fall staged gills, so hopefully get some of the big monsters for you. With that cold rain coming in, everything's gonna switch. Fish will probably start getting into their I call them first ice spots. Oh, I got a bite right there. Let's see if it's a nibbler or one worth catching. Kinda looks like a nibbler. We'll see. Yeah, that's why they're called nibblers. Yeah, nibblers, midgets, whatever you want to call them. But they're so small that when they eat that big worm, they just, that's it. Big ones, they can fit all of this in their mouth. So. Take two. Okay, let's try this again. Red worms work the best, as you can see, because they wiggle. That works for any species of fish. If you have a real lively bait, if you're fishing live bait, obviously if you're fishing artificial, you just got to move it right, but live bait, the real lively ones are key. If you do enough fishing, you'll notice when you're out on the bigger schools of fish that, you know, the little guys will pick apart anything because they're just scrounging for scraps. But the big guys, they want the liveliest, most beastly minnow, worm, whatever, leech. Like for instance, walleye fishing. You're fishing with leeches. Grab the biggest, fattest, squirmiest one in there, and if it's leech time, it'll be lunchtime for those big eyes. Some of you might ask why I'm fishing so close with a slip bobber, and that's because if you fish without a slip bobber, what'll happen is if you're jigging, just like you're jigging a worm, they'll hit it sometimes on the fall and already have the worm ripped off before you even know they hit you. So you get little drive-bys basically, and they'll take your worm right off your hook before you even know it. Big gills are smart. Right there. Oh, he didn't get it. See, that would have been a bigger gill because he had the whole thing in his mouth. I was a little overzealous. See if we can pinpoint him again. The other thing with a slip bobber is you can drop it right on top of where you had the bite. One of the little guys. Or two. All else fails, throw a drop shot. That's actually what I started getting these bigger guys on when I got here. So I know it's not as visually pleasing, but it produces fish. So let's see if we can get you guys some size. Back it all up. Yeah, already getting bites down there. Sure they don't clear you off either. If anybody's wondering, then that looks like a big hook for bluegills. It's not. When you're fishing for big gills, you don't want the little guys swallowing the hook, so you use a bigger size. They'll still get it in there if they're hungry. The only time I downsize my presentations is in the spring. Or winter, obviously. If you're looking to keep it simple, drop shotting over the side of the boat. It's one of the easiest things you can do. I actually have some videos on how to tie up some drop shot stuff on my channel, so you can go check those out if you want to learn how to tie up a simple pre-rigged drop shot. You can obviously simplify it from where I have it at, but getting a bite. Sometimes you just gotta swing at them while they're pecking at it. They're really trying hard to get it off. That's why I'm using half a worm here. Using a whole worm would just be wasting it. I had a big one. Sorry guys. You know how disappointing that is. Let's see if we can get him back. He's right down there, so very unlikely, but oh. Make sure that drag's set a little tighter this time. Alright, let's go. If you guys wonder why I'm not using artificials, it's because I want to make it as simple as possible for you guys. There we go. Not a monster. But I mean, for most people, that's a really nice kill. And like I was saying about those big hooks, anybody that was questioning the size of that thing, I let them have it just a second too long and it's gone. But that is why you invest in these. I believe they're called hemostats. You basically can then do surgery, and when you get good at it, you don't hurt the fish. So they're good to go. On to the next one. When you get really good at it, you save your bait. And like I was saying, I'm just trying to convey to you guys how this can be easy. The technique is a little difficult to learn, but once you do, you'll know how to do it for life. See if anybody's right under the boat again. A lot of people forget to jig right next to their boat when they're anchored, thinking fish are going to be real far away, but they could be right below you and you wouldn't even know it because you didn't try. As you see, I'm not pitching very far out here. It's because I like to have a nice vertical presentation. Allows me to keep that bait up off the bottom, really feel for those fish. Another good thing to learn how to gill fish like this is, you know, when you're smallmouth fishing, a lot of times you'll drop shot for your finesse, and the finesse bait, you know, will score a lot. So if you can get really good at doing this, you can translate it to the other species. Really hoping to show you guys one of those monsters, because they do exist. You just got to be persistent and put them back, because that's the reason they're so hard to find now, is everybody keeps every one of them. I'm not against you following the law, you know, and you can keep your limits. It's just, you want fish to stick around, you got to put those real big ones back. Nice big juicy piece on there now. Let's go. Really got to pay attention, because as soon as it drops, sometimes that's when they smash it. Especially if you're bass fishing. They're here. Right at the big ones. You guys might finally see one. There you go. It's a 9-inch gill. Real pretty. Real healthy. Never been caught before. See that hook right there? Right out. No problems with the fish. Right back down to the bottom. Here come the duck hunters. All I had to do was change sides of the boat. Don't feel like a monster, but I feel little. Another decent one. Nice build on them, healthy fish. Oh, there's some good bites. Here we go. What is it? Oh, look what we found. That explains a lot. They're doing these little rapid taps, and I was thinking it was a small bluegill. Well, let's see if there's any bigger perch. Now I kind of pinpointed them. Video may die, or my GoPro might die in the process of getting some of these perch, so if it does, I'll finish this up at home. Oh. Oh, I thought they stole it already. Fun thing about fishing a school of perch in the fall. That's not a perch. There's no way. Oh, I was just gonna say, this is the fun part about fishing a school of perch in the fall. I was literally just gonna say the walleye will be right on top of them. This is only like a 10-incher, but it's fun knowing they're there. Maybe there's some bigger guys. Sorry if you guys get seasick easy. Apparently, all the wakeboard boats aren't gone for the season. Let's try this again. Perch, but I'll take a walleye. Go figure. I throw this little plastic out, which it does work for crappie. I just haven't been fishing them. That's what I get. Always have the camera running. It makes me want to throw it out again. Well, apparently everything's running the suspended stuff right now. Same
drop shot. Just letting it drift back. So all these fish went from being suspended to, or from sitting on the bottom to suspended. So, like I said, you can fish this a million different ways. We'll go one more. Yep.
Well then, I'm gonna wrap this up right here. I'm gonna make this pretty clean and simple. I got a little bit of everything, and I hope you all enjoyed it.